Welcome, guys. Hey. This is the second quarterfinal of the Australian tournament that we are going to cast. As per usual, I am Trentus, and this is my usual co-caster.
Yeah, I'm Doctor.
He's Doctor,
That's
and
me.
we are DDTDota, and welcome to this Captain's Mode game. And it is going to be a best of three between... Whoa, camera's going crazy.
What are you doing?
Camera is going crazy. I'm just on the other screen here. It is going to be between Butt Buddies, which is BB, Team Butt Buddies, and Yellow Solo Mid, which is funny because they don't have yellow in their team because they die. But...
That's right. Next game.
Next game. There's always a next game. And, yeah, both of these teams are through to round 4, and they've both had fairly easy paths, I'd have to say. With there's Yellow Solo Mid has got 3-2-0s, and Butt Buddies have also got 3-2-0s, I think. So yeah, heading into the draft now. And yeah, in case you're wondering about our other cast, that is literally just gone up on YouTube. The very first game from yesterday, and the other one will be uploading tonight. But let's just talk about these bands, Mitchell.
So first up, we've got Nyx, Undying, and Magnus straight out, off the bat.
Which, unfortunately with that, I mean, Undying, yeah, sure, he's a very good hero, but they're not banning out the Batrider. So Batrider is a very possible option here for your Yellow Solo Mid.
Yeah, it would be, and Solo Mid even, possibly.
And, yeah, and maybe Solo
Who
Mid.
knows?
Hey. And they also banning out the Elazor! Elazor!
What was that?
That Dota ticking.
What was that?
Elazor!
Yeah, Keeper of Light for
Keeper of the Light.
the other people who don't know what Trent's talking about.
Yeah, pretty much. But that is a very powerful pusher. He just kills those creep waves. And man, they just hate life.
The creeps, that is, yes.
The creeps, yeah. And predictable Batrider pick.
There we go, fair enough.
They
really.
must think that they can deal with him. And there's a instant Wisp Sven. Wow. That was very quick.
That was very quick, but I'm actually a little bit surprised about the Wisp first pick, really. Because
yeah, normally you kind of see it third, or most of the time it's certainly in pro matches it's banned out in that second round
of bans there.
Yeah.
I would have expected it to be a third pick as well, because he really shone a bit too much for your hand, so to speak, in my opinion.
Yeah, and you could probably say that he's going to be pairing with that Sven. You'd probably just predict that is just going to be his pair.
It does look likely at the moment. Unless
they're going to do something crazy like I've seen Power Rangers do in the defense and just run Wisp Solo Mid, which won them a game. Like, he beat a Quap Mid as a Wisp. So it can be done.
Who knew?
It can be done, but I don't know if that's going to happen here. Normally he plays a support and just and then roams with that relocate ultimate, usually with one pretty powerful hero, being the Sven normally. So I'd probably predict either a Nyx Lifestealer, one of those ones. I think we'll just invite the Lifestealer, just to counteract that Sven, or maybe a Void as well. But
yeah, Void might be a good pickup. In my opinion, I'd prefer going Void rather than the Lifestealer, but that's just me.
But they go for the Darkseer and Shadow Demon, which is one of those also very good heroes which is left in their pool because they decided to ban out Mag.
That's right.
And we haven't seen any of these teams as of yet. Like they're still like unproven to us in a way. We haven't seen any of them play any matches. But yeah, it really comes down to the quarter and the semis where especially these games actually start getting really competitive. Yeah, we had one whitewash yesterday. Oh, and an Invoker. Well, that's probably going mid.
It does seem likely, although it's not unknown for him to do solo lane on some other lane.
True.
However, certainly far more effective in mid lane. That is true.
Yeah. It gets up those early levels, gets a little bit farm, drop some things out. And I have forgotten to put myself on hidden mode. Sorry, guys.
Wrong arrow.
Wrong arrow.
No, that one.
That one.
Offline.
That one.
Yep. Hey.
There we go. And I'm in offline mode, so you won't be getting any of my friends
messages
spamming, which has happened actually quite a bit, unfortunately. So yeah, I am sorry about that. But Anyways, we're back in now. And they're banning some offlane heroes because they just do not have an offlane, and Yellow Solar do not have a carry, and they just don't want to verse the CK apparently.
Yeah, Windrunner is a pretty popular ban, to be honest.
Oh,
Just a so versatile hero.
very, very versatile.
Very powerful with what she does.
I'd say at the moment it's not a very strong ban. I think most heroes think they can deal with it, and they just ban out like heroes which they really don't want to play against more. But maybe they just really hate it.
Yeah, I think it's more about the countering off the A offlane.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And there's a Prophet ban as well, so he's not getting any love.
Along with Chaos Knight and Luna.
Yeah, that Luna, they're just continuously banning out those carries. I'm surprised they didn't ban out the Void or the Knights. Lifestealer.
That's true. But we'll
I'm
see. They've still got
surprised
one
about
more ban left, though.
It's true, one more ban. But they have nothing which goes through BKB at the moment, and Batrider at the moment can just pick off. Like if Wisp and TP near the Batrider, he can just lasso them straight up, and that will be dangerous for them.
Very dangerous. That is true.
And there's a Rubik ban. It's probably good, considering they don't have one of their main supports. And yep,
there we go, Lifesteal.
Yep, good. Glad I called that one.
that's okay. Fair enough.
Getting better at my calls. I managed to land a couple yesterday, which I was happy about.
Alright, so we're into the second round of picks now. So what carry do you think we'll be seeing on Yellow Solar mid?
Well, like we said, with the Void is still open, but really, I don't know if they're going to want to go for this massive late game strat, and they're going for the Lena. So this is the Shadow Demon Lena's
combination.
Hardcore lane.
Yeah, I saw that one yesterday.
We did indeed, and Shadow Demon Lena just with that disruption into there we go. There's the Faceless Void, and one of my favourite heroes, Clinks. Now I'll be saying that's going to be an off lane, but it really depends. If he's off lane against Darkseid, that'll be great. But can they match these up? Because that could be a very, very powerful offensive tri lane with Shadow Demon, Lena and Void.
Yeah, likewise. And the Wisp in tri lane for butt buddies as well. So
yeah, with the Jakira.
And the Sven, obviously. So yeah, we'll have to see how we go.
And it depends really what they're wanting to build out on the Clinks. Whether he's going to just hold off and try and rush that Orchid, or he's going to get an early boots. Oh, I don't know what he's going to do. Stretching out, ready for this game. Getting excited, just flex those.
It's okay.
Switch those Dota viewing muscles. Hopefully my reflexes will be a little bit better and I won't miss a couple of kills.
Yes, well we did get
we
got the first blood, so that's
we did.
That's the important thing.
And this has been good to see. Anyway, I'll just start off with the Dire. So this is a Yellow Solar mid, and we have Neverde on the Batrider. A very, very quick pickup. And we have Puddinghead on the SD with, I think it's hard to see them when they're moving. Roidsy on the Void there. And joining him, it's going to be a defensive tri lane with the Shadow Demon, and it's going to be the Katy Perry on the Lena. I don't know if that's ironic. and NEV playing the Darkseid, going on that solo bot.
Alright, so for Rain, we have Dr. Choi is the Invoker, and in the tri lane we have it is Freebird as the Wisp. That's appropriate. I'd say it's appropriate.
Yeah, he's not really bird-like, but he's definitely free.
He's definitely free. Along with Euitus on Sven and Chiga 520 on the Jakiro. And last of all, but definitely not least, we have Pleasure playing Clinks.
For Pleasure. And he hasn't been pulled, I don't think. He is not.
It doesn't appear to be.
So that he's not going the general Empire build, so that's the Funnick offlane Darkseid which I'm very often seeing. Which is, he gets pulled by supports just so he can absolutely dominate that lane. And a couple of wards just coming out early. This one will block this camp here, I think, Mitchell. And that one's just giving some ward vision with double damage.
Mirrored as well on the Dire side too.
Yep, that's that ward then blocking. And they give us immediately D-ward. So they're not having any of that. Which is probably good to see. He was very prepared in that. He had the sentry ward up very early. And I'll just get these last hits back up. There we go. And yes, well, I think this is just going to be an easy win for Poor Pleasure. If he can just manage to last hit and deny all of these creeps because that'll just be really easy. And it's an offensive tri-lane. It's tri-lane v tri-lane. Now, Mitchell, which one do you think really would be able to... Oh, that was very clever by Wisp, but he wasn't going for the pull then. Just blocking that attempt at pull if Puddinghead was trying to stack that for him. But yeah...
Who's better? That's a good question. It's pretty even. It really comes down to how well the supports support, really, I suppose. Sven's taking a lot of harass just in his first few creep waves, so...
Indeed, but he's got 2 last hits, whereas the Void has got... Oh, there's his first one there. But yeah, this is the power of the Wisp. He can just tether up and just heal him up, and he can just be free to go back in and, you know, just be that, you know, helpful Wisp. I think the other thing to notice about him being free is that he definitely, you know, he's a bit of a hippie. He loves healing people.
Oh yeah, hippie all the way. That's true.
Hippie Wisp. I think that's what we're calling that one. But this is the pain. He's just going to do a single pull, and he may be in trouble. Oh no, they just steal off one of those wolves there, and the range creep. So they're just going to have to be very careful. He probably should stack every single pull, just in case they come in. But again, that was a very short range pull, and he's calling out the double damage on that bot lane. Bot rune, pardon me. Pardon me. And Invoker just getting outlast hit by the Batrider. I mean, Batrider's a very strong early game. And he's just going to rotate down and get that double damage rune, which is just really going to help him last hit. It's just going to hurt.
Fill up his bottle as well.
And that's a very good start for the Batrider. The Invoker still doesn't have a bottle. I don't know if he's going to go for it.
He's got the magic stick, which is really invaluable against Batrider.
Yeah, it's a bit of a... If you don't have that, man, just watch out. I mean, he's just going to stack those napalms up. And that's just going to end up hurting you. Level 2 up now for Wisp. And the Jakiro. And the Sven.
Pretty even in terms of levels.
Pretty even. So they managed to steal off that Alpha Wolf, which really did help them. And is that is the Na'vi courier. Oh, little weasel. Oh. Yeah, I don't like his grown-up bird form, but the weasel is cool.
Have you noticed, Trent? We got a weasel on the Dar side as well.
Oh, they're double weasels.
Yeah, 2 weasels. They're everywhere. That's right.
And this tri-lane is just really seeming pretty even, except for the fact that Sven is getting a little bit more last hits. But the harassings start to come out. It depends if they end up... Oh, they ended up blocking that. Look at that ward just now. Just able to block that one off. It's going to be pretty hard for them to find, I think.
Yeah, certainly a bit more secretive than the last one, that's true.
And there's a Sven stun coming out, but he's not going to be able to do anything against that. And he won't have any mana for a while unless he tethers up.
Well, he does have several clarities, likewise Wisp and Shakiro, so...
True.
I don't think we'll see any problems with that.
A little bit of harass coming out here from the Darkseer and the Clinks, but that vacuum definitely missed. And that's an Aquila out on the Clinks. So that's a good 4-minute Aquila. That's alright. He's doing pretty well. I think he's liking it. He's on 19 last hits, but the Batrider is also on 19 last hits.
Do you want to have a look at top lane, Trent?
Oh, thank you. And, oh, yes, just get the edge of first blood. And that is the Wisp going down. Nice one, Mitchell. Picking me up, making sure I don't miss out on first blood.
You missed the pings, though.
I did miss the pings. Yeah,
that's right.
I definitely did.
The Wisp going down, there was an Ice Wall, there was a Sven stun, there was a Lena stun, there was all sorts of different things, just fighting about here.
And, ooh, yeah, just up there. Just up there.
And the Wisp just being slightly out of position in the end.
And just having to take that fall. And who actually got that kill? The Lena did, which means they should probably upgrade the courier and everything like that. Yep, it's already up. It's now the crow, which I don't really like. The weasel crow. But man, this Invoker is just going to have to be very careful of his stacks. He's got his boots up, but Tranquil Boots Haste Rune for the Batrider. You know, looks like he's going to come and gank top. Now this could be dangerous. I don't know if they have a ward spotting this. They don't have a ward. Unless he goes through this area, which they do. This area right here. But he is not. And there comes the Firefly. And there's the Lasso. And he's got the Sven. And in comes Void. And that is an easy kill for the Batrider. And can they get any more? The disruption's out. Can they get the Lena stun? It is going to miss. Oh, but he pulls him back and tethers. But it's still going to drop. And that is a double kill on the top lane with the Wisp falling to the Shadow Demon.
Very, very good play by Batrider there.
Very good ganks coming out from Batrider.
With the use of Firefly and the Flame Break being critical in the end. And giving them the upper hand in this match. Now it's 3-0.
And Invoker thought about going in on that one, but Batrider's just having none of that. And this could be a gank coming out from the Darkseer, or is he just going to hold the rune? He's going to hold that rune. And the Clinks is now 34-7. He's got his boots up, and so he could probably start safely building his Orchid. It's getting up those Oblivion Staves. Getting up that farm. And that water's about to run out, and so they should be able to keep on blocking. Stacking, sorry. It will no longer block. Which means the creep equilibrium will should be able to just come back a little bit towards the tower. I don't know. Those were meant to be arrows, but they look more like, you know, ocean.
That is yeah, like your waves there, Trent.
Yeah. I'm just saying hi to the audience.
Wow.
Yeah, we've had a very troll day here.
Yeah.
In the DDT camp. So prepare for lame jokes, guys. Prepare for lame jokes.
We've got phase boots up on the Invoker now, so he's starting to get his rhythm with things, I think.
And there's some TC support coming out from the Batrider, who's just popped an Invis rune. Man, I'm not sure if they see him. But disrupted, but he gets a lucky stun. That is just unfair. And there's a Sunstrike coming out, which just misses. He tethers up, and he does not get enough heal out, and that's the Wisp falling yet again. And Freebird on that Wisp is just not having a great time. He's 0 for 3.
Yeah. No.
And this Batrider's ganks, they've been right on.
That is definitely true. Well, full credit to Batrider for that as well. Taking advantage of the Invis room while he had it.
And I'm actually not sure that Sunstrike missed. I think it was backtracked.
Maybe.
I might have to check out the replay for that one. But yeah, that was pretty lucky. And he's just getting a bit more harassed there, just jumps out. And the Darkseer is just not really being able to stay in this lane with the harass. And he's building up his first Oblivion Staff. I think he has it, yep. There's the first Oblivion Staff out for Clinks. And so he's going to start to really hurt. And as soon as that Orchid's up, man, that Batrider should be careful. He's been ganking, but he could be the face of being ganked. And the XP is just slightly in the favour of the Radiant, same with the Gold. But it seems to be very even, despite the kills being very much in favour of Yellow Solo mid.
Yeah, that is definitely true, but I think, however, all of the ganks have been 4-man ganks, and really giving the Clinks and Invoker full control of their lanes. So I think
they're just trying to pinch off the courier. Oh, not quite. And he was just there ready for the disruption in case he really needed to. But I think I missed the kill on that. I did. That was Darkseer dying.
Wow.
And I didn't even know where he died. Interesting. Completely missed out on that one. Sorry about that, guys. And this is the Clinks just getting some power up on him now. And he, of course, with that Death Pact, he should be able to heal himself up with any of the jungle creeps. Maybe not one of those. Maybe not those. And there's a Centaur, so he should be able to find that one to heal up. But you would have to say that really the last hits on the Radiance carries, which are obviously going to be the Clinks, the Invoker and the Sven are just quite high, but the ganking just coming out from the Yellow Solar mid is just keeping him in this game.
That's true, but I have to say I'm a little bit disappointed with how Invoker's been going, because Batrider's been moving up top, moving up bottom, grabbing runes, teleporting around. He's just been, you know, kind of staying in lane, getting the last hits wherever, and really there's one difference between the two.
And I'm not sure, and he could go again here, that's a double damage rune, or is he just going to bring it back to lane? I think it's bringing it back to lane. I mean, we saw it yesterday that the middle lane doesn't always have to gank. He can sometimes be the target of the ganks, where the Venomets are rotating out mid of that Shadow Fiend. So technically the Clinks could probably rotate out Maybe soon, maybe not now. He might need a little bit more levels, maybe a little bit more gold up.
I think he's waiting for his Orchid, to be honest.
And this is another gank coming out from the Batrider. But they saw him this time because of the ward, and they're backing off. That was a much needed ward. And it's just outside of range. I think that's going to end about... Oh, that is not the drawing button. There. I think it's going to end about there. That vision from the Sentry ward. It's just going to be outside. Which is lucky for him. And that should be Clink's healing up a bit. And he's farming quite well now. That's a little bit of a failed gank, but he gets very quickly back to that mid lane.
That's definitely true, but he's only 300 away from his blink, so danger zone's soon from the Batrider, I think.
Clink's just being a little bit sneaky with his invis. A little bit sneaky. Showing everyone, yeah, I have invis. I can use this. And that's unfortunately without any sentry wards in that bot lane. Am I right? No sentry wards? Yep, I'm right. I don't know if there's much that this Darkseer can do. Instead, just play it safe. Don't get too ahead of yourself. Don't let him see you use your Surge, because if your Surge is off cooldown and he's near, you might be in trouble.
That is definitely true.
And the Clinks now with 75 last hits is just outranking everyone on the board. And that's a Blink Dagger and an Illusion Rune coming out for this Batrider. And they see him this time and they're backing off. They have another ward up just by the Ancients there. And they're just hiding in the tower, which is really a good move. And he's just coming back now. He just made him force him back. You know, give the Void some chance to farm. And they're just going to try and kill these creeps, get some levels up on these supports. Already Arcane Boots up on the Lena, which is, you know, really good support.
And the Darkseer as well.
Yeah, true. But level 4, and there's a smoke gank coming now.
Clanks is about 350 away from his Orchid, so maybe he'll be seeing some action from him soon.
And this is a smoke gank, which they're going to try and get revenge on this Batrider. As we saw a little drawing coming out there from the Sven. But he's pushed him up way too far close to his tower. He's just going to wait. Yep, they're just going to have to sit there. And surely Batrider knows something's up. Because they're not in lane yet. He's pulling back, but will he go back in? No, this is good. Just hiding out, you know, just having a little party. You know, invis party. Ain't no party like an invis party.
Wow. Them invis parties. In the Roche Pit. Need to be in the Roche Pit.
Yeah, you do need to be in the Roche Pit to have a proper party. As we all know. Come on, that's just well-known knowledge. And that's the second Oblivion stuff up now for the Clanks, as Mitchell said before, and that is awkward if he wants to buy it. Now. A little bit early from me, sorry. But they're going to have to be very afraid as soon as this Clink starts rotating that he should be able to pick him off. If he teams fights with him, it would be dangerous. But it's still only level 4 out. It'll be level 5 in a second if he kills anything, or is in range of any creep. There you go. There's level 5 out for the Wisp. And so if he gets that next level, should be able to relocate.
Anything could happen with that.
And Jakiro just slightly out of position. They thought about going for the Disruption come low. Not quite going through with it. Level 9 now for the Batrider. Level 10 for the Invokers. He hasn't ganked as much. And the Clinks is like, oh, I want to go on this one. I've got my Orchid. But you're hiding by the tower. I think the Darkseer knows that he's got Orchid. And he's just like, I don't know if I want to go in on that.
Yeah, probably a good move, really.
I don't know if I want to stay. This lane's getting pretty scary. Clinks is going to hurt me.
Now we got Jakiro bumming around on this bottom lane with the Clanks, trying to get an initiation off.
I think they just got vision, yeah.
Darkseer.
They know he's there.
Just got seen by the creeps, so a bit of a lost opportunity maybe, but...
It's probably a poor rotation. He probably should have stayed hidden until he pushed up a little bit further, but the Clinks is just pushing this lane. We do know that Clink has a very powerful early push, especially now. He's level 12, he's got a couple of levels of Straith up, and he has almost got his power treads. And so this bottom tower is, it's going to be fearing for its life.
It's going to be coming down soon, that's for sure. If he stays in lane at least. And I have to say, Clinks and Wisp looking very nervous on the top lane.
Yeah, well, they know that the Jakiro's bot, so they're just pushing up the creep wave a little bit more, and they've actually smoked up He's been
Oh, there we
revealed.
go. It's just timed out. But
And there's a Chrono, but he's in range of tower. That is a bit of a mistake. And this tower could really start to hurt. Yeah, he's hacking to back off. And Sunstrike hits. And I managed to get it, but 27 HP. Whew.
Very lucky there.
And that is a very quick pickup. I missed that kill there because I was waiting for this. And this could be calling out the Lena stun, but he's too slow, not with it, but Laguna Blade. Just yet a lot of hate out for the Sven. Just don't want him farming. Just want to get that pick off.
Sven's really the only one they can do much about really at the moment, because Clinks, he's pretty safe. He's feeling pretty confident down the bottom lane, just by himself, farming away. He's got the most farm on the map by a long way.
By a long way. If we just check it on net worth, which is that one, yeah, 7,000. He's loving it. The gold and XP should be going into their favour quite a bit. Yeah, there we go. They both are. And he's just going to get this tower. This is going to be the first tower down. And they're going to have to really start worrying, because that is Power Treads. Power Treads, Aquila, and the Orchid. Man,
that's all he needs, really.
That's really all Ganking Clinks needs, but is he going to use it? That's the question. Rotation now.
I'd love it.
Going in the mid.
I'd love it if he would use it. They need to do something to help out the Sven, I think, at the moment, because he's not gaining any farm.
And it's a Claymore up on the Faceless Void. Probably going to be building towards that Battle Fury.
That would seem to be the logical choice.
And a lot of TP's coming out now.
Oh, wanting to go maybe.
He does have Blink Dagger, but ulti's up and Clinks is rotating. And this is what probably going to be very far. They're out of position now. If he stays there, and there's the Cold Snap, and that should have been Clinks going.
Relocate.
Relocate coming in with a Sven. And Meteor, and that is a very quick death. And Clinks just wrapping around behind this tower. And he's in vision now. And that is a very dead Lena.
Shadow Demon in trouble.
Shadow Demon in a lot of trouble. And that is another pick off. And that is what they need to do. That is 4 heroes down. 4 yellow solo mid. And as soon as Clinks is ready to gank, you better be afraid.
And the beauty of Relocate, Sven going straight back to farming on top lane.
Yeah, he hasn't actually got that much farm out. He's building straight towards his BKB after Power Treads. Just ignoring these gauntlets there, not building an urn or anything like that. Might leave that to the Wisp.
Maybe afterwards.
And they're just singling.
It just needs the tank at the moment, really.
And Clinks is just like, yep, I'm going to just keep on pushing. Unless you want to come stop me. And they're having to TP support to try and get him. And they have a dust up, but he is just too fast. That skeleton walk makes him run.
What does it do, Trent?
Makes him run.
Makes him run.
Makes him run. I'm surprised he can run so fast. I mean, he has no muscles. This is pure bone. I mean, it's almost as bad as me, except instead of muscles, I have fat.
I'll tell you the key, Trent. Less air resistance.
Less air resistance. Yeah, the air just flows through him.
That's right.
Yeah, okay.
And Batrider with an Evis right now, so who knows
But he was scared
what will
of that,
happen.
and the Clinks is hungry. He's like, yeah, I can do something about this.
Oh, I don't know about that. But if he walks across the river, ooh.
And he is not going to be seen, and...
Yep.
Oh, very quick invis. And Sunstrike hits, but that is not going to be quite enough damage. And, Chronosphere up on the top lane.
Roids in.
And Laguna Blade, but it's not going to kill. Turn around on the Void. And that is going to be a Wisp down, closely followed by the Void. And Clinks is here as well. Still in that Orchid, silence up. He's not going to get the pick off probably. Yep, Orchid pop, not going to get up. And that is a Flaming Lasso there from the Batrider, not going to kill the Clinks. Clinks just out of range. Oh, but there he drops. Invoker with a kill there. And, man, these Ice Paths are just hurting. He's going to try and TP out. But there's a Sunstrike, and that is... Oh!
Just makes it.
Just makes it. Where is he? He's over here.
And Jakira's down.
And Jakira's down because I was looking at that. Oh.
Damn it, Trent.
I don't know, Batrider. I don't know. And it's just going to be up to the Invoker now, just to try and stop this tower from falling. The Clinks has got to be annoyed that he died there. Just all these deaths just seem to be just in this little area, except for the
except for the other ones.
The other one, which was over there.
There was 3 there, Trent.
There was 3, but you know, there's a lot of action around the
There was
shop.
very much action.
He's seen it all.
That shopkeeper. That shopkeeper. He knows everything.
And Faceless Void just slowly getting towards his Battle Fury. It's probably a little bit later than what he really likes. I mean, it's going to maybe be a 23, 24, 25 minute Battle Fury.
Yeah, that seems about right. That having to take a fall in that last matchup hurt him a lot.
Indeed, and they know that he've warded there. So all those pings coming out. So they could really go and de-ward that, but they're just making sure that Clinks is just not going to come up like he's probably about to do. But, yeah, he's not looking like he's wanting to go to lane. He's just
taking the side route, spotting the Void.
Spotting the Void, and if Void goes Ancients, he's in trouble. But there is a Bat Rider here. I don't know if he should go on this. Unless he's trying to get the Bat Rider. But the Bat Rider's going out of lane. And there comes the Wisp TP. And... oh, the Sunstrike misses. And that's a very dead Void.
Yep, good.
Bat Rider moving away probably at the wrong time. Unfortunately. Very well timed to relocate. And that is the power of the relocate. That is what Wisp does. And there's the Flaming Lasso. But instant stun out from the Sven. But he just gets put straight back in Disruption. And there's lots of dust out there. And a Sentry Ward, I think.
Yeah.
And he's just going to get away. Yeah, he's away. But Sven not quite so lucky. And, oh, Clink's just wanting to get back. And he's got it. He picks off the Bat Rider.
Shadow Demon as well.
And that is another kill for the Clinks. Just taking care of two.
His farm's just so much more than everyone else. Makes him too powerful.
And he's got a ultimate orb up. So I don't know if he's going to be going for the Skadi, if he's afraid of the Void, you know, just trying to slow down his attack speed in those team fights, or if he's going to be going for the Lincolns. Because maybe he's afraid of later on just that Laguna Blade, just being targeted by it.
I think he'll be going for Lincolns because trying to avoid Bat Rider actually. And
Bat Rider as well, also blocking. Yeah, that would also block out Flaming Lasso. Because obviously a BKB is probably not too useful against Yellow Solo mid.
Not quite what you want.
With the Void and the Bat Rider.
That's true.
Obviously you'll stop the Darkseer and the Shadow Demon and the Lina, but really that's not all. And they know he's there. Sentry Ward up. Probably shouldn't have revealed that. But they know he's there. And Void. Are they going to meet? Are they going to say hi?
No, Void's warning...
Just, you know, farming on either side.
The neutrals.
But, and he's found him.
Oh,
and Orchid up, and that is going to be a very dead Void.
Not much you can do about that. 10 grand now net worth for Clinks.
That is just going to be very powerful. And he's going to rotate top for this tier 1 tower. He should really be able to Lina porting right in the wrong spot. Shadow Demon has to disrupt himself. And Shadow Demon is just, yeah, he's going to die there. Purge coming out there. And that is also going to be a dead Lina. And there's the tower as well going down. The fight's happening in two places. And Bat Rider is getting chased by some illusions. It's like, yeah, I don't need a Manta, I just have an illusion rune.
Do you need a Manta though?
Do you?
Do you?
Probably not on Invoker. I don't know if he's got, you know, those anti-mage skills. Or those PL skills. Which really needs that mana. And this is going to be tier 2 tower. And this is the power of the mid-game Clinks. This is what you really need to do before the Void gets out of hand. But they've definitely picked on the Void. He's not having a great day. He's 3-0. Yeah, he's 0-3. He's had 3 deaths. And that is not great for the Void at all. And Soaring coming out on the Wisp. I think he's just saving for the moment. I'm not sure if he's going to get like a mech or something for his team. Or oh no, that's going to be built by Jakiro. So good thing I caught that up later. But it's going to be the BKB. I think that's he's got in his stash. Yep. So that's BKB up for Sven. Nothing really happening for the Bat Rider at the moment. He's building towards his 4 stuff. And they're gonna try and fight this tier 1. There's smoke ganked in and there's a Flaming Lasso. Oh, but no! Cold Snap going out. Ulti, Laguna Blade on the Sven. Void out by another quick stun. Bat Rider trying to pick him off. And he gets picked off by the Purge from Shadow Demon and he just... Wisp just teleports him out. Jakiro's going down as well. And the Clink's in the wrong place at the wrong time. But he doesn't have Firefly, so that is not going to hurt a lot. And Clinks is just going to bring down that Shadow Demon. And Sven is back into the fight now. Just tipping him back to Fountain, just getting some heals up. but they're not going in.
Well, they got a tower. That's what they needed, and
That's true.
And a bonus 3 kills. So just pushing on, I think.
Yeah, I think this is a very good plan, just centered around this Clinks, who has now got 4k. So really, anything is his.
Almost anything.
Almost anything. Well, anything with an ultimate orb in it is his. Anything, you know, which builds on his inventory. I'm being very specific here.
Oh, yes. Generally specific.
Maybe anything which is in his inventory is his, Mitchell.
That could be true. That could be true. Forge Spirit's coming out now, trying to melt the armor a bit.
Just trying to push down this tower, but it's not quite falling. And Void going in for the Chronosphere, only catching out the
Invoker.
The Invoker, and just instant stuns out. Silence. And Laguna Blade's coming out on the Void, and that is him down with the Purge from the Shadow Demon. Just eating a creep there. And they're also kind of naturally pushing up top here. And with only one tier 2 tower left, and no tier 1s took 4 yellow solo mid, you gotta wonder.
It's looking pretty dire.
It's looking pretty dire for the dire.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah, with the gold difference above 10k. And same with the experience. And that's a good tip out. You probably should not be there.
You definitely should not be there, is the answer to your question there, Trent.
Look, Clink's just, you know, just popping out at invis, can just burst them down. A couple of hits. All could hurt him quite a bit. Especially with these squishy supports.
Oh, yeah. Silence as well doing a lot to help them survive as well.
And nom nom nom, says the Clinks.
As he does.
Yep.
Looks like it will be Lincoln's.
And yes, it definitely will. Selling up that random branch. And was that a smoke? Nope. Yes, it was. And they just dusted him out, and he's just running. But Blink Day is not going to quite catch him. He doesn't have 4 stuff up. Oh, he does. But he doesn't think he's going to go for it.
Yeah.
Maybe could have got him if he 4 stuff straight away. Maybe. They need to be start taking some risks here, because this Clinks is just owning them.
Yeah, certainly hurting a lot, I should say.
He's 10-1-4, and he's getting fat.
He's already fat, I think.
He's very fat. He's becoming quite an issue to handle. That is the Lincoln's up on him now.
I think the problem is actually more so not the fact that he's got so much farm, but he's got so much farm compared to everyone else.
Indeed. And this is what we were saying before with the Invoker and the Sven closely following up behind the... Well, not really closely. 6,000 behind, actually. But still, that is the top 3 net worths are all for the Radiant. All for butt buddies. And there's probably going to go have some butt buddy time with Roshan.
Wow. I don't know if Roshan consented to this.
And that's alacrity. And I love and they know what's happening. Scouted it out. And
there's the Lincolns. That's what it is there for.
That Lincolns.
Precisely what it is there for.
And, yep. And now they know he's got Lincolns. Okay. Well, Clinks can anytime just go back in there and be like, yeah, I can take this Roche now. And Forge Spirit's just, you know, getting down some armor. And they're just going to pull out. Will they go in and take this Roche?
I think they're waiting for them to do it. So they can... what am I looking for?
Actually, I think they're waiting just for the Clinks' death pack to be off cooldown so he can eat another creep. And yep, then they're going to go and BKB up on the Sven, instantly dropping. Oh no, he's been in the disruption. Drops now though. And man, that is a very convincing, easy fight. 4 butt buddies, just destroying yellow solo mid. Kills happening all over. And are they going to drop back for Roche, or are they?
I can't see why they wouldn't really.
They're going to go for that tower. They could potentially push it down, and the only person not to die in that fight for yellow solo mid was the Void, who still does not have Battle Fury.
He was very wise to take a different path from the rest of his team on the way back, making sure to avoid all of the confrontation that was going on.
And yep, they're just going to try and push down this mid tower, which is very, very achievable with it being on like 78 HP. So it'll be dropping momentarily. And that is going to be the tether with the overcharge up for the Sven. And we've always seen this Sven God Strength is hurting, but it's on cooldown at the moment, just being used in the last fight. But that is going to be the racks down. And this is going to be a very convincing win for yellow solo mid. unless they can pull off a fight, but Void jumping straight into the ice path, completely destroying any chance of that Chronosphere, and closely followed by the Darkseer, but his Batrider is able to pull out the Sven, pulling in BKB. I think that's a Sunstrike which missed or hit. Maybe it hit. Maybe. I'm not exactly sure. But that was a very easy fight again. That Jakiro just knowing exactly where Void was going to be and just like, I'm going to drop that right in. And there's the GG call. And yet they've realised that this is over.
Yeah.
And fair enough. Fair enough, really.
Yeah, really. There's the Roshan, it's the double the kills, it's the Clink's farm.
That mid-racks, the Clink's farm. Void having pretty much nothing.
Didn't even finish his Battle Fury in the end.
Didn't finish Battle Fury. Net worth just being at the 5k mark. I mean, I don't know if that's after or before. I kind of want to wait and just see this this end screen just for you guys, just before we go into the next game. But that was a very convincing win.
I'd say Clink's being the critical player there.
Yes, making a huge difference in that game.
Shutting down the Darkseer as well. Darkseer really didn't have a big impact, that's what I felt. It's
a very common matchup when you run the Clinks in that offlane situation. As long as you get that pick right of going, yep, we're going to be up against the... Well, look, there we go, and let's go. Being up against that Darkseer, it's just really hard for the Darkseer to get anything. Because Clinks can just deny and last hit freely, and if Darkseer wants to hang in there, he's more than happy to drop in some harass. But yeah, Clinks just dominating that game, 12-on-7, great farm up on him, great XP. And the mid-game Clinks just showing the power of that over the late game Faceless Void. And this really, I think the Sven was a little bit of a bait, just going, yep, yeah, come on, pick that Faceless Void. I think we got this. I think it was a little bit of a pick bait, and they just definitely got outdrafted. And I'm really surprised, considering they had 2 BKB counters on for Yellow Soul Mid. That was a good game, guys. We're just going to have a little bit of a break now and probably start the game in the next 5 minutes if you guys want to keep on watching. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.